The Oklahoma women. 2 road tests this week. One on the road, far out of the way in Morgantown, West Virginia, and one a little closer to home out in Lawrence, Kansas, in the Fog Allen. The West Virginia team that finished 23-15, 7-11 in league play, and the Jayhawks that last year finished 15-7 with a 6-12 season last year in Big 12 play. Oklahoma, of course, 21-12, 13-5 last year in the league. Sooners, doubleheader preview next. This year, the Sooner Preview Edition goes on the road for a doubleheader. At Morgantown, West Virginia, and then at Kansas. First of all, Morgantown, West Virginia. West Virginia last year, 23-15, 7-11 in league play. Lost to UCLA 62-60 in the WNIT Championship Series. Their head coach is Mike Carney from Salem University in 1980. He's been at West Virginia since 2001, with his only job at OUWBB. The leading returning scorers for the Mountaineers, number 23, Bria Holmes, and number 11, Tiana Muldrow. First of all, Brianna Holmes finished with 18.48 points per ball game last year for West Virginia, while averaging 4.45 rebounds per ball game and 2.76 assists per ball game last year for the Mountain Ladies. While Tiana Muldrow averaged 6.90 points per ball game last year for West Virginia, while averaging 4.13 rebounds per ball game and 0.76 assists per ball game last year for the Mountain Ladies. Next, the Jayhawk ladies in Lawrence finished last year with a 15-17 record, 6-12 in Big 12 league play. Lost in the Big 12 Championships first round here in Oklahoma City, 57-49 to Kansas State. Their head coach is Brendan Schauder from Wayland Baptist University. Graduated from there in 1995. Has been a head coach in a couple of other places. Euphoria State from 98 to 09. From 2010 to 2014, he was at Stephen F. Austin, SFA. And 2015 to present, he's at Kansas as their new head coach. The leading returning scorers for the Kansas Jayhawks, number 3, Lauren Aldridge, and number 25, number 3, Lauren Aldridge, and number 25, Shea Sheetal. First of all, number 3, Lauren Aldridge. She averaged 8.09 points per ball game last year for the Hawks, while averaging 1.94 rebounds per ball game and 4.97 assists per ball game last year for the Hawks. While the Jayhawks also have 25, Shea Sheetal, who last year averaged 5.75 points per ball game last year for the Hawks, while averaging 3.28 rebounds per ball game and a .38 assists per ball game last year for the Rock Chalk Jayhawks. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, the Oklahoma Sooners, who last year finished with a 21-12 record, 13-5 in Big 12 league play. They lost to Stanford in the Sweet 16 round last year. She's been the head coach at Oklahoma since 1996. and is a 1987 grad of Oklahoma Christian University. Leading returning scorers for Oklahoma, number 10, Peyton Little, and number 42, Kaylon Williams. First of all, number 10, Peyton Little, with her first year as a Sooner, with spending her freshman year at Texas A&M. But as a sophomore last year, Peyton Little averaged 12.64 points per ball game last year for the Sooners, while averaging 8.32 rebounds per ball game and 1.62 assists per ball game last year for Oklahoma. While the Oklahoma native number 42, Kaylon Williams, last year averaged 12.19 points per ball game last year, while averaging 6.63 rebounds per ball game and 1.31 assists per ball game last year for the Oklahoma Sooners. All right, everybody. Well, we all know that the women's ball games, midweek games usually, don't get as much pub as the men do, unless you have the ESPN bracket. So a lot of the games are locally produced. With that being said, the man that has been the voice for Oklahoma Sooner basketball for so long, Brian Brinkley, voiced the Sooners to a couple of Final Fours. He has now officially been introduced as the program director for KFR Channel 4 here in Oklahoma City. I am so proud of him, guys. He does a great job at the radio, too, by the way, the radio stuff. I love listening to him on the radio, whether it's a home or a road broadcast. Mostly I listen to him on the road broadcast because I can't stand all the homer sounds that come into my ear when I'm listening to a basketball game. Unless it's OU. Then I can handle it. But, yeah, he's doing a great job there. Just introduced last week as the replacement to the late, great Bob Berry Jr., who also did a lot of the women's broadcasts when Sherry Cole first started. Brian Brinkley came in, I'm going to say in about the 2000s, so he coached a couple of these Final Four rounds, a couple of these championship series, UConn games, Baylor games. He's coached, called a couple of those, and so I'm so proud of him, guys. It's one thing to be the voice of the women's basketball and occasionally voice for softball. When you can become a program director, it's big league stuff, man. Congratulations, Brian. You deserve every single ounce that you get of this credit. As for the rest of it, as far as the rest of this, you guys already know, my name's Harry James Taylor. Thanks for watching. You can find me on Facebook, Harry James Taylor, or tweet me at Sooner_fan_OK. Thanks for watching, everybody, and Boomer Sooner. I'm out of here.